Hey guys, this is John from Overground Comics here with a quick tip for you. A lot of new digital artists, people who are just starting to learn to draw digitally, have a complaint that's pretty common where when you start drawing or coloring, your lines don't look smooth and clean, and you want that. And so I'm going to give you a quick tip to just explain that right off the bat to help with any frustration you might be having. When you first start drawing, you have your brush palette, and your brush is going to be set to your basic hardness brush. That's 100% hardness, and the size will vary depending on whatever you've been using the most or most recently. For me, I'm going to pick a 28 pixel here just so you can see it pretty easy. When you go to draw with that brush, you're going to have a pretty clean line, but if you make it bigger, the bigger you get, the more inconsistency you're going to see with it. So right here we have one line that looks okay, and then as I get a little bigger, as I would to say maybe do some coloring, I have a big lumpy line here, and we don't want that. And so I'm going to show you how to fix it. The problem you got here is the spacing on the brush. The way that Photoshop works is in the brush command here, you have, and you can also access this in the little file icon up in the top left corner next to your brush if you just have your Photoshop set to basically default appearance. What you're doing is this brush is what you see in that menu. It is that little circular, just a dot. That's what it is. It's a dot that's 30 pixels wide and high. And the way the brush works is as you drag, it's going to keep placing that dot down, and the Photoshop default is going to be 25% on that brush, and that's going to tell it to put that dot down once every 25% of its width. And that's what's giving you that lumpy line, is that dot is being replicated but not in a smooth way like say a pen would. So you're going to fix that simply by dragging this little bar here down to 1%. And if you can see in that preview window down below, you see those dots spread and tighten as you slide this thing, and once you get down to 1%, you've got a really clean line. So now when I go back in, like magic, perfectly clean line that looks just like the smaller one, even though it's the same size as the one that was just lumpy a minute ago. And what that gives us is, it gives us a completely clean line that we can use to draw very nice sharp lines with no lumps, and that's what everybody is trying to do that I hear from. So hope that helps. Very basic.